always something going on each day that we get together. And tonight I do want to acknowledge Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, November 9th, 1938. There we are. We see we're on. It was 1938 that really, November 9th, really when the Holocaust began in earnest, as they destroyed Jewish institutions, destroyed Jewish workplaces, and arrested 30,000 Jewish men and sent them to concentration camps. So today is a little bit of a melancholy day just concerning that. Also, after our meditation, there's a Shiva for good friend Bruce Corwin, who passed away last week. And, each week has its own challenges, of course. The Torah portion for this week is Vayetze. Of course, one of the great Torah portions. All of them in Bereshit, in Genesis, are fantastic. But this one in particular has some moments that are very famous. The first is it's the moment where Jacob escapes his brother's wrath and is sent to find a wife from his clan. And he goes off and he finds Lavan, his uncle, and he marries Rachel and Leah, and his life continues from there. We're going to get into that as we go into the week. But tonight, I want to talk about the first scene in the Torah portion, which is Jacob's ladder. He's going in the desert, and he finds a place to lay his head down, and it is in the middle of, nowhere. It later becomes Beth El, the house of God, in that it is the place where what I'm describing happened. So he lays down, and he puts a rock under his head, and he falls asleep. And as he sleeps, he sees a ladder. And on the ladder, there are angels going up and going down. And at that moment, God says, this is, like a gateway to heaven. And I am speaking to you right now, Jacob, and to tell you that you're going to be a great nation, and from you will become many nations. And makes a deal with Jacob. Actually, he doesn't make a deal. He just says, I'm going to be with you. And then Jacob wakes up and he says, okay, if you're going to be with me, then, and I go away and I come back and I'm okay, then you will be my God. Now, there's chutzpah in that, right? I mean, really? If you do this, then I'll believe in you? We'll get to that. The actual line that I wanted us to discuss is, hello, Jerry, is right when he wakes from his dream, after he's been promised that he's going to be a great nation, and basically, comes face to face really with God. He wakes and he says, surely God was in this place. V'anochi lo yadati. And I, anochi, lo, didn't, or no, yadati. I didn't know. So it's a very strangely worded sentence. And in the words of that, 3 words, anochi lo yadati, there are 2 teachings I'd like to bring to our consciousness today. The first is a teaching. Hello, Chuck and Lisa, or Lisa soon. The first is a teaching from Menachem Mendel of Kantz, who says, only when one releases the I, that's the first I, is one able to discover who they are. That we need to get rid of our ego, get rid of the I, and then we will be able to understand and to know that it doesn't always have to be from our point of view, or if we're only thinking about ourselves and the I at all times, we could never recognize that something was going on that was holy or that was important. And that sometimes when we're in the world and we're acting in the world, we're so concerned with the I and we're so concerned with our own point of view and what's happening in our lives that we fail to see what's really going on around us. Anochi lo yadati. Almost as if he's saying, because of the I, because I'm so concerned with myself, lo yadati, I couldn't recognize that God was right in front of me. Hello, Valerie. Hello, sis. And that, I think, is a really important lesson for all of us, right? I mean, so much of the time we're concerned with what's happening in our lives and what's happening to us that we can fail to see what's going on in the world. And that we need to release ourselves of only thinking about the I. It's curious because a lot of our meditation and our mindfulness is, well, how am I feeling about this? What are my feelings? What am I thinking? And recognizing what I'm thinking and noticing what I'm doing or noticing what you're doing. And that is true. That is part of the I. But it is to serve what's happening in the world. It's not just I. It's what is making me feel this way. So if it had been us that witnessed this ladder, then we could have woken and said, wow, I notice how I'm feeling inside. There must have been something holy that's going on here. Instead of only thinking about me and missing the whole idea of what's happening there. So that's one side of this that I think is really important, is how do we, or can we ever let go of the I so that we can better understand what's happening in our lives? So that's one. Two, I think it's an example of automatic pilot. 2 years ago, I did this sermon about, it might be 3 years ago now, about how I ordered coffee. I order coffee from Starbucks on my app. And there was a day, and it's literally, 10 blocks from me, right on the way to the temple. But I was so on autopilot where, I go down this road and I end up going to work, that I literally drove by the Starbucks, didn't go get the coffee, got to the temple, and driving in, and I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot to do that. Where's my coffee? That's autopilot. It's I'm just doing. That's how God could be in that place, and Jacob didn't know it. He comes upon a place where God dwells, and he doesn't know it because he's just so tunnel visioned about where he has to go. Now, one might say that's the same thing, right? He's concerned with himself, but it's more like being so tunnel visioned as to what you have to do at this very moment, or what you've been doing, or it's kind of like I'm on the, I'm not really thinking, I'm just in my head and I'm not paying attention to what's outside of me. That's when you miss out what's happening right in front of you. It's almost like, another way to think about it is, sometimes we're so caught up in our head and our thinking that we forget actually the now. And we're thinking about what happened before. We're thinking about what we're about to do when we're not here. We're missing it. Because that autopilot physically understands I can drive to work and be thinking about something completely different and miss out on what is happening at that moment. Not even noticing the Starbucks there so that I have to stop, but just continuing. It has to do with this idea that we're not paying attention to what's going on right now. God was in this place and I didn't know it. How's that possible? There was something beautiful happening. This person loved me. How do I not know that? I was slighted by someone. How do I not know that? I had an incredible moment in my life where there's this beautiful sunset, and I'm so concerned that I don't notice it. I'm on autopilot, or I'm thinking too much. And there are so many ways that we just miss what's happening in our lives at that moment. So it's a reminder to pay attention. It's a reminder to, like, both of them really are like, just stop thinking about only yourself. Take everything in. We're a part of everything. Everything's not a part of us. I heard this thing the other day. You know, how do you change a light bulb? How does one change a light bulb? Well, I change a light bulb by holding the light bulb, and the whole world revolves around me. We can't think that way. We revolve around the world. And if we take in what's happening as opposed to just being in our heads all the time, then we can begin to notice what's going on. So, with all of that in mind, let's try to clear ourselves a little bit. See if we can find some stillness and peace for the next 20 minutes. And we just get into a comfortable yet relaxed position. The yawn. That's always a good sign. However you need to breathe, allow yourself to breathe that way. You don't have to push it. And just allow everything to be for now. Try not to think too much about what's ahead, or what just happened, or what may have happened a day ago. See if we can release ourselves at this moment from those things that trouble us, even those things that excite us, and try to remain here for 20 minutes in silence. Just concentrate on each breath going in and going out. As we close out our meditation today, we ask for two feelings. Based on our priestly benediction, the first one. And we ask, may I feel blessed. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. And with each breath, offer yourself one of these to recognize the blessings that are in your life and feel those inside. And to not just be safe, but to feel safe. To feel as if you have a place that you're safe to be you. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. And with each breath, you can say it out loud. You can say it to yourself. You can say it with a whisper. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. You can repeat it after me, or you could do it in your own time. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed and safe. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you were able to find some peace and stillness. May you feel blessed, and may you feel safe, and may you have a lovely evening. We'll see you tomorrow.